Entertainment Committee wants me to be the necessaries for the show.
Live from our Jackson Studios. Live from the Midtown Jackson Studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Lasco Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Lasco Cafe on Spreaker. Good evening, everybody. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Mall. That's right. It's another whacked out, insane, in the brain edition of the Last Call Cafe here on Spreaker and other fun-loving outlets. That's right. It's the only show, ladies and gentlemen, that will turn your brain into a golden hue to be used to take a look at the stars at night. I am one of your hosts, Steve the Baxman Baxley. A pleasure, nay, a thrill to be among you all. And I'm not the only one here, folks. No, because it takes a village, and, well, I got two wild ones here. And here we are. Two more wild ones, yep. He is the master of gamerology. Gamers everywhere stop what they're doing to get little hints from him. Why? Because he knows gaming like I know the back of my hand. Ew. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Matthew the Wizard Nichols. And the gentleman who will always be the undisputed king of intergender championship wrestling. He has still got the crown. He has still got the belt. He just needs the shoes to go with the set. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut, starring Jay the Brain Man, Steve the Baxman Baxley, and Waldo, the one-eyed mutant of love. Saturday nights, right here on Spreaker and other fine little podcast homes like iHeartRadio. And by the way, a little bit about those guys coming up in the entertainment news. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce them like this. Betty White's favorite true toy, and ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only. And he also makes a good marinara sauce. Anyway, welcome everybody. How y'all doing? Howdy hi, howdy ho, and hooty hoo to you all. Happy Friday, happy 4th of July weekend.
Howdy.
And yes, howdy, how do. And as always, and look who's also back with us. It is the powerhouse dog himself, Mr. Magnetism. Franklin Pangborn, and you have a duty to do, sir. If you will, please take the microphone in hand and do that duty that you do so well. Thank you, Steve, and good evening, everybody. And now it is time for everybody's favorite little segment. It is Gamer News with, and the myth, the legend, Matthew, the Wizard Nichols.
Thanks, Franklin. Okay, this week on Gamer News, well, we got confirmation that NBA's 2K21 PlayStation 5 and Series X version will cost $70, which means that there might be a bit of a price hike for next-gen games. The first one in about 10-15 years since the PS3 and Xbox 360. Also, Microsoft will hold its Series X showing on July 23rd, at least according to this article. And we might get some info on the PS4's price on July 14th. Well, it's only a rumor. Yeah. And that's pretty much it.
And that's Gamer News with Matthew Nichols. Tune in next week for more gamer fun. Back to you, gentlemen. All right, thank you very much. And I understand. Wait a minute. Whoa. General, you're not supposed to be here on the list. You're supposed to be here at the 20-minute mark of the broadcast. What are you doing here early? Well, kind of got to do a little apologizing. What, you apologize? Yes, I do, in fact. I want to say this, because, well, one of your shows is on iHeartRadio, and iHeartRadio, well, they did get a belch long ago. I like to reverse that belch, if I may. What? Wait a minute, what are you doing? Why are you reversing the belch? Well, it's because they did something right for a change. What do you mean? Well, iHeartRadio deserves, and I never thought I'd say this word to them, they get a pardon burp. Well, they did something that was, well, give or take maybe 3 years, a little late, but they did something pretty good. What's that? They changed the format and got rid of sports radio on Detroit station AM 1130, and they gave that channel to a new network called Black Information Network. Oh, yeah, I heard about them. Yes, and, well, I've listened for a week, and they convinced me, so iHeartRadio, you get a pardon burp. You know, we have the pardon burp ready. Wait, You're really doing it? Yes, I am doing the pardon burp. So, when ready...
What's the pardon burp? I never heard of it.
The pardon burp. There was only one time when I was still the warden of Hell's Prison that we gave a pardon to one of the celebrities who we put in long ago. This was before the show got you guys and Tom. And, well, we decided that after they pulled the plug a little bit, about maybe 3 months, a little late, but we thought it'd be nice that they get a pardon burp. That means that it is not a belch, it is a burp, tiny burp, which frees them from the know, it's like a little pardon, little pardon. So that their sin will be finally wiped from their record as they have done something good. So there you go.
Interesting.
Yes, we do have pardon burps here. But they're rare. If the person, say a celebrity or a corporation, does something noble enough to earn the pardon burp,
You're repeating yourself.
Yes, I know. So, if we're ready with the pardon burp, let us give them the burp. There you go. I'll be back with the insidious belch of the week a little later. Mr. Baxley, you guys, there we go. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I actually think he got wind that iHeartRadio just put WrestleMania Hut on their platform. He's known as Kissing Up. But anyway.
That was the first time I've heard the pardon burp.
Yep.
They really are rare.
Yes, they really are. They really are. I mean, you should have seen Hell's Prison. We even had Mike Tyson in there 3 times.
How long ago was this?
Let's see. I think I was doing this about 2009 or 2008 or 9. Not exactly certain, but it was there.
Holy crap. Over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Dang, and I was still in middle school / high school back then. Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, and it is rare. It's about as rare as spotting Bigfoot doing Nair commercials.
I think we've belabored the point.
Okay, so let's get on with something more. If you were watching CBS tonight, you were witness to the last living member of the Dick Van Dyke Show giving praise to the one, the only, Carl Reiner. Carl Reiner died day after Mel Brooks' birthday. And they showed 2 colorized versions of 2 of Carl Reiner's favorite episodes, including the episode that showed Mary Tyler Moore, her character Laura Petrie, scared schnikeless. That's right. When she blurted out that Alan Brady, where's our wig? A game show. So that was pretty good. So I thought, well, why don't we do this? We do our own tribute. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one true tribute. And although it went a little long in record, we're going to play just a little bit of it. Hopefully the sound will be good.
Steve, I did download it, so I can play it directly from the thing, and I'll mute us so that the viewers can hear it just as good as quality as they can get.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, our tribute to the great Carl Reiner, as we can only give it to him. Little bit from the 2,000-year-old man with Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. Enjoy.
He spent the last 6 days at the Mayo Clinic. Sir, is it true that you are 2,000 years old?
Oh, boy. Yes. Yes.
You are it's hard to believe, sir, because in the history of man, nobody's ever lived more than 167 years, as the man from Peru would claim to be. But you claim to be 2,000.
Yes, I'm not yet. I'll be 2000 October 16th. Yes.
You will be 2000. When were you born?
We didn't have formal years and names in writing. We didn't know.
I see. And what?
Nobody kept time then. See, we didn't know. We didn't write. We just sat around. We pointed in the sky and we said, "Whoa, hot boy," you know.
That's all you said?
We didn't even know it was the sun. We thought.
You mean you really didn't know anything?
We didn't know anything. We were so dumb and stupid.
Sir.
We didn't know who was a lady.
But they were.
They was with us. We didn't know who they were. We didn't know who was the ladies and who was fellas.
You thought they were just different type of
yes,
fellas?
Yes, just stronger or smaller or softer. The softer ones, I think, were ladies all the time.
How did you find out they were ladies?
A cute fat guy could have mistaken him for a lady. You know? Soft and cute.
Who was the person who discovered the female?
Bernie.
Who was Bernie?
Bernie, one of the first leaders of our group.
And he discovered the female.
Yes.
How did it happen?
He said, "Hey, there's ladies here."
I'm very interested to find out how Bernie discovered the woman.
Well,
how did it come to pass?
One morning he got up smiling. So he said, "I think there's ladies here." So I said, "What do you mean, you know?" So he said, "Of course, in the night, I was thrilled and delighted, you see." So then he went into such a story that it's hundreds of years later, I still blush.
Sir, could you give us the secret of your longevity?
Well, the major thing is that I never, ever touch fried food. I don't eat it, I wouldn't look at it, and I don't touch it. And they never run for a bus, there'll always be another. Even if you're late from work, you know, I never run for a bus, I never ran, I just strolled jaunty, jolly, walking to the bus stop, you know.
Yeah, well, there were no buses in the time
of
in
my time, I mean,
what was the means of transportation then?
Mostly fear.
Fear transported you?
Fear, yes. You would see an animal would growl, you would go 2 miles in a minute.
But I suppose you
Fear would be the main propulsion.
Yes, but I think most people are interested in living a long and fruitful life as you have. You mentioned...
Fruit is good, too. You mentioned fruit. Fruit kept me going for 140 years once when I was on a very strict diet, mainly nectarines. I love that fruit. It's half a peach, half a plum, but it's a hell of a fruit. I love it. Not too cold, not too hot, you know, just nice.
What has been
even a rotten one is good. That's how much I love them. I'd rather eat a rotten nectarine than a fine plum. What do you think of that?
I can understand that.
Yes, that's how much I love them.
Yes, I can understand that.
Yes,
sir?
Some good things.
Sir, what did you do for a living?
Well, many years ago, thousands of years ago, there was no heavy industry.
We know that.
The most things that we manufactured or we made, the most things that we ever made was we would take a piece of wood, see, and rub it and clean it and look at it and hit earth with it and hit a tree with it.
For what purpose?
Just to keep busy. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing to do. We had no jobs, don't you see?
What other jobs were there? There must have been something else besides hitting a tree with a piece of stick.
Hitting a tree with a piece of stick was already a good job. You couldn't get that job, you know?
What job?
Mainly it was sitting and looking in the sky was a big job. And another job was watching each other was one thing. That was light work, looking at each other.
What language did you speak at that time?
They spoke rock, basic rock.
Basic rock. Yeah. That was before Hebrew.
Yeah, it was 200 years before Hebrew. It was the rock language or rock talk.
Could you give us an example of that?
Hey, don't throw that rock at me. Put that rock. Hey, what are you doing with the rock there? Call a policeman, for God's sake. Put that rock away.
I see.
That was the rock.
Now, do you remember your Hebrew, sir?
Yes, I
Would you
I
speak
think
to
I
us?
remembered fluently.
Because I understand the modern Hebrew is different from the
yes, it
archaic.
differs in some of the phonetic alliterations and patterns.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we hear an example of the ancient Hebrew?
The very ancient Hebrew is, oh, hi there. Hello. Hello there, how are you? I'm all right, how are you?
That's English.
Oh, wait.
Do you remember any Hebrew?
Very little, I think. I don't think I remember it. I must have forgot a great deal of it.
I think you forgot it all, sir.
Maybe all, yes. Maybe all.
Yes.
It's thousands of years since I needed it.
Now, sir, did you ever have any formal job, as we know it today?
Yeah, well, I was a manufacturer. I was an owner.
What kind of a factory did you have?
I had I used to make the Star of David, the Jewish stars. I was one of the first makers
Oh,
of
yes,
that.
the little thing you wear as a...
as soon as religion came in, I was one of the first in that. I figured this is a good thing.
Yes, and how did you make them? Did you have tools?
Well, we didn't have lathes. I employed 6 men. See, each with a point. And they used to run together in the middle of the factory. And in their great speeds, they would fuse their thing. And they would
Thus making a star.
Yes, we would make 2 a day because of the many accidents. You have 6 men running at high speed with points. You know, plenty of accidents.
You never thought of going into anything else?
No, I had an offer once.
What was
a fella came to me, Simon.
What did Simon ask you to do?
He said if you have a new thing, a new item, a winner, it looks like a winning item that is going to be a big seller, it's called a cross. And I looked at it, and I turned it over, and I looked on all sides of it, and I said, it's simple. It's too simple. I didn't know then it was eloquent. No, I didn't know it would be such a hit.
You turned him down.
And I said, I'm sorry, but I'm too busy. See, I could have fired 4 men. 2 men run together, bang, you got a cross. See, I could have saved. I would have had over $100 today if I went in crosses. Because they're in everywhere today.
By the way, sir, are you married?
I have been married several hundred times.
Several hundred
Yes.
times?
Yes.
You have been married. Do you remember all your wives?
One I remember well.
Which one was that?
The 3rd one, Shirley. I remember her, a redhead.
I'm afraid to ask the next question. You had many hundreds of wives.
Hundreds and hundreds of wives.
How many children do you have?
I have over 42,000 children. And not one comes to visit me.
Kyle Reiner, you may not know it, but to all of us, you are the best. And a lot of people, not only in Hollywood, but around the world, are missing you very much. Kyle Reiner, salut. Salut. Okay. We go from one passing to another. And this one is sort of a stunner. Streaming sensation of World of Warcraft pro Byron Reckful Bernstein passed Thursday at the age of 31. His passage was confirmed by his girlfriend. Reckful had almost 1 million Twitch followers and amassed more than 250,000 YouTube subscribers. He was known for broaching sensitive subjects in his online communications, something that endeared him to his many followers who took social media to mourn his loss. He was best known for his World of Warcraft streams on Twitch. He was also attempting to launch his own video game, Everland, later this year. Byron Reckful Bernstein passed at the age of 31. We hit him with the 10 bell, as well as Kyle Reiner. Close. Okay, let's get to some more happier fulfillment. NBC's Days of Our Lives is the latest network daytime drama to set a production restart date. We understand that restart date is going to be in September. Also, Lucy Hale and cast and creators are reacting to the CW canceling the Freshman Riverdale spinoff. If we can pop up the name, boys. Katie Keene. And her reaction went like this, quote, shout out to all the cast and crew and all involved. I love the show. Sad to deliver this news, but I love the show and I love what it stands. I mean, we all did okay watching that. It was something good. Finally, the CW was doing something right. All right, let's keep on going and going and going with a little spurk in the movies. Walt Disney World expects tens of thousands of cast members despite actors' equity opposition. Oh, wow. And St. Elmo's Fire turns 35. Joel Schumacher, remembered for the quintessential 80s movie that has been parodied maybe a few times. Neil Young objecting to use of 3 of his songs by Donald Trump at the Mount Rushmore event that is going on as we speak. Netflix subscribers are rejoicing over a Remove from Row feature that allows them to purge continue watching list. Interesting. And a college student's VFX Hero video catches Disney boss's eye. That's right, it's not often you see an iconic weaponry from a galaxy far, far away in the same clip as an Omnitrix and a classic costume superhero, but Julian Bash just changed all that. 20-year-old Georgia State University theater major has gone viral with a self-produced video in which he morphs through 3 of his favorite hero characters, complete with inventive scene changes. Sometimes smiling, sometimes looking surprised, Bass melds clips of himself as a Jedi Knight from Star Wars universe, Ben 10 from Cartoon Network's longest-running franchise, and, of course, Marvel's king of all kings, Spider-Man. Now, 2 of those 3 brands are owned by the Disney company, and Bass urged folks who played his video, if y'all can retweet enough times at Disney calls, they'd be greatly appreciated. Well, one of the commenters on his tweet is likely to be familiar to Star Wars and Marvel fans, some guy named Bob Iger. He's the executive chairman and board of directors chair over at the Mouse House, and he posted, the world's going to know your name, and you don't even need a lawyer. I added that one. And the boss is the only member of Disney's extended family whose eye was caught by Bass's clip. Among those who noticed before Iger were Mark Hamill, Josh Gad, who voices Olaf in the Frozen films. And incredible. Just freaking incredible how he did this. Julian Bass, and I do believe it is on Twitter. His Twitter handle is at the Julian, JULIANBASS. Get a look at it and tell me what you guys and gals think on next week's edition.
Oh boy!
And now, yeah. Gee, Mickey, why didn't we think of that? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we just didn't think of it.
This guy, I think he can work for us. Let's see if old Bobby can convince him.
Well, you know, if he can animate me with a lightsaber, make it look convincing, I think he might get a shot.
I gotta agree, Mickey.
I think this bit is running a bit long. See you real soon.
Yeah, me too. Okay, let's talk wrestling, folks, for just a little bit. Get you a couple of wrestling headlines before we kind of get the general back here so he can do his thing. And, do we have the effect? Yep, we do. Hopefully, you got it. Yep, okay, hit it. What you just heard was little Vinnie Pooh's ego getting a little bruisey-woozy. Why? Because if you watched AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite, Fyter Fest on TNT, you will notice Taz sent a nice little jab at the docile WWE. Taz, who manages Brian Cage and also does play-by-play on AEW Dark with Excalibur, cut a promo on AEW World Champion Jon Moxley after Cage versus Moxley was pushed back due to COVID-19 concerns after Moxley's wife, WWE on-air talent Renee Young, came down with the virus. Taz talked about the testing that Moxley has done, as well as having to take another COVID test when he returns. The promo included a comment apparently referencing WWE, no Shaniqua, saying, if you decide to get your ass here to work next week, you would get tested again here in AEW because, John, as you know, we don't run a sloppy shop. That was noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that people in the WWE were very upset with the sloppy shop line from Taz. Other details were provided. Of course, WWE faced some criticism over the recent coronavirus outbreak within the company, but they have started testing for COVID after several positive tests. Before the positive tests, WWE had been conducting temperature checks and having talent and staff fill out a questionnaire. Ooh. And that wasn't the only little dab of the WWE. On that same show, AEW Wrestling Dynamite, the Fyter Fest Part 1, Cody Rhodes, I said his last name. Oh, God, Vince, don't sue us. Dribblehead. Anyway, Cody Rhodes wore a shirt that said, The Great American Nightmare. Oh, gee. I wonder what that was all about. Oh, yeah. Apparently, the WWE still holds the trademark for the Great American Bash. Oh, well. Anyway, Vince McMahon reportedly says WWE is ready to return to normal when it's safe to. By the way, I keep asking this, and no one has yet given me a proper answer. That being, of course, what is normal? Also, Renee Young made her big announcement. No, it wasn't she's pregnant. No. She's written a cookbook. It'll feature more than 70 recipes, including breakfast items, sandwiches, cocktails, and more. The recipes will also include a music playlist to set the mood. Ooh. She also said she'll announce the release date and more details at later dates. She's leaning towards Holy Bleep, that's good, for the title. As reported back in April, AEW World Champion Jon Moxley appeared on the Wrestling Inc. Daily Podcast and mentioned how his wife had been cooking meals for him every day. He also told Wrestling Observer Live that she has some cooking projects she's experimenting with while at home during coronavirus pandemic. Stay tuned for updates on Renee's new cookbook. Try the recipes yourself. And, I was going to say something, but I am not. That would be cheap, and we're not a cheap show. Ask around. And finally, the WWE finally decided to do something that everybody knew they were going to do in the first place. they purchased Evolve Wrestling. The deal was recently finalized after several months of negotiations. WWE now has the complete right to use the Evolve brand name and produce Evolve events. WWE has also acquired, guess what? The video library! As noted in June, Evolve has been going through some financial issues, and the COVID-19 pandemic made it worse. The cancellation of WrestleMania 36 week in Tampa was catastrophic for the promotion. Evolve was founded in 2010 by Gabe Sapolsky. Since 2015, the promotion has had a working relationship with the WWE. When they signed the deal, Evolve created a new LLC, which the company, WWE, has acquired. WWE has not purchased WWN Live, which still reportedly will go on. As for talent, PW Insider reports that the existing Evolve WWN talent contracts are not part of the sale, though there is an expectation of at least 4 talents that will be signed and go to WWE NXT. Apollo Crews, Austin Theory, Drew Gulak, Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, Matt Riddle, Ricochet, and Oni Locron are just a few who used the promotion as a stepping stone to get to WWE. Okay, Pangborn, do it so we can get ourselves out of here in a proper amount. Oh, Timage. It's time! That's my line.
Yes, it's time for Insidious Belch of the Week, presented by no one. And here, once again, to do it right, General Big Jimmy Billy Bob Bo Schwartz.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Eat 'em if you bake 'em. Man, how are you? Rain, how's it going? Wizard, how's it hanging?
I'm doing alright. Currently watching Diamond Cheese stream and chilling on the house.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. That's good. Tell her we all said hi. X-Man, you doing okay? Yep, I'm doing here. I'm still here, still cooking, still kicking butt, still living. Well, that's good. Just remember, take it easy. Don't let the heat or the humidity get at you. Remember, you're building up. Okay, thank you. You got some work to do, so please get to the work. Okay. Well, what can I say? But there we go. I think we got it. Okay, I am going to withhold evidence. No. All right.
At this point, I'm going to nominate you.
Well, I may take that nomination. Oh, yes. We're giving Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Washington football team, a huge belt because it had to take a couple of riots for him to realize it's time to move on and rename your team. Now, he will think about it. He will do it, or he won't be moving to RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. So, Mr. Snyder, maybe this will help convince you. We're not going to, burn anything down or bust a couple of monuments. We're just going to give you something that'll, make you stink for a while. When ready? Fire! Ooh, that was a double one. I love that. Did you put garlic? Whoa, nice garlicky smell there. Smells like spaghetti Mama used to make. What she did to it would make anyone want to belch. Continue. Thank you. Good night, America. Stealing my lines already. Nice. Well, someone had to. All right. Thank you very much, General. And folks, that's going to wrap it up. We went 45. Just like the old days. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Watching, listening. And don't forget to give us some comments, nice, or any other type of commentarage, if you wish. And we'll be back next Friday, same time, same place, and better outfitted, in my case.
None of which are guaranteed.
For the brain, for the wizard, I'm the Baxman. We'll see you next Friday night.
Bye.